Good morning, all of YouTube. We are finally back out here on the Cessna 172 project. I've been away for like 3 weeks. First I had to go to the AIA conference, then I had to go get ready for vacation. We went on vacation in Vegas. I hope you enjoyed those videos. Last weekend we got busy and tied up doing things with a mother-in-law. She's almost approved for the nursing home as far as Medicaid and whatnot goes, and her estate is almost completely settled. So I'm almost completely done with that, which is nice. But I'm finally back out here on the Cessna, and we've got to make some progress because pretty soon the guy who is doing the interior is going to return. So stick around and I'm gonna show you what's up. So first things first, like I said, the guy who's doing the interior, his name's Daniel, he's a nice guy, but he's doing the interior, he's putting new carpet, new seats, new headliner, basically all new plastics, a whole bunch of stuff. This is the first thing he did when I got the windshield out. He put a new glare shield on there, and that's actually looking pretty nice. But because this is kind of a huge project, we're working towards an annual, so I'm gonna go ahead and get up all the floor panels, get everything cleaned out in here, and treat the interior as if I was doing an annual inspection. Get all the cables looked at, get all the fuel lines looked at, fuel strainers, screens, filters, all that kind of stuff done and out of the way so that I can call him and tell him, yes, the interior is 100% ready for you to start putting things in, so that as soon as he's done making the seat covers and getting things put on, he can get that put in. All right, first things first, let's get everything out. It's magic. Okay, I'm just gonna pop up some floor panels, check the fuel selector, see if I can double check the rudder cables, fuel lines. There's not a whole lot in the floor on a Cessna 172, so. Ugh. So what I'm doing, and you can't see it, but each of the cables has a pulley. So before I actually lubricate the pulley, I grab it and I spin it around a quarter of an inch or a quarter of a turn or a half a turn, so that when the cable moves, it's riding in a new section of pulley after each annual inspection, and that way the pulley wears a little bit more evenly over the life. And then, so there's two pulleys there, there's some pulleys up there, there's one or two in the bases back here. So I'll get those all rotated and lubricated, and then that will be done. I'm going to pull a couple more panels out here on the sides and in the back, and just make sure that the cables the rest of the length are all where they are supposed to be. I did check the tension on them in the couple videos ago. I didn't show it, I just did the ones up in the roof, but I'll go through and, like I said, I'll double check that they're all inside their fair leads and their cables, since they were, or their fair leads and their pulleys, since they were slacked at one point. But so far everything is really smooth and not binding anywhere, so I doubt that they're not in a pulley, but still, it's one of those things we gotta check. So we're gonna check it. This is what I'm talking about when I say I rotate them. So here's the pulley right here. I'll just put my thumb back here and I'll just pull it over about a quarter to a half a turn, so that way when the cable actually moves, it rides in a new section of the pulley each year. And it may not do a lot, but it makes me feel better. So it's something that I go ahead and do. Come with me. The things you find. If this was 2020, that would have been gold right there. They would start the airplane. This is the fuel sending unit. So next thing's next. I need to fish this up through the wing and get this connected. Oh, why is this so hot? Probably gonna have to cut the audio, but you're gonna get to watch me struggle with this carburetor gasket. This guy finally came in, so I'm gonna get this all put together so I can get the exhaust put on, and then I can actually start focusing on trying to hook up some of the carburetor. I'm just trying to tie up loose ends today. I'm sick and tired of these parts, people. More on that when we take lunch. taught me how being a car mechanic is hard again. All right, we've made some good progress, but it is time for lunch, so I'm gonna go get a chicken sandwich. Imagine that. But first, here's what we did. I got this bracket on, got the carburetor all secured in tight with those bolts in there. I do need to safety wire those. I'll make a note of that and safety wire those as soon as I get back. I'm figuring out where the cables went, using the parts catalog to the best of my ability, and trying to find where some of the pieces like this are, and slowly but surely getting things put back on the aircraft. Interior is all emptied out and vacuumed and cleaned up, so a few little odds and ends in there to tie up, like replacing the speaker, but that's almost done. So yeah, just kind of continuing work. I'm gonna go grab a chicken sandwich, more in the truck. So what's going on with the parts? Well, it seems like for whatever reason, even though I've been doing this for years, and it's 2023 by the way, so the supply chain should not be a problem anymore, but it seems like every time I order something for this aircraft, I get half the order, and the one thing in the order that I really needed, in this case today, was fuel hoses, aren't in there. And I checked my email, and my email goes, yeah, we'll have them in stock June 22nd or whatever it was, you know, and they'll ship then. And I thought, okay, great. And then I'm starting looking for an email after that about them shipping, and there's no email that they shipped, and they weren't in the box with all the other stuff. Now, normally what Aircraft Spruce will do is they'll just wait until they have all of the parts and send you everything in one big order. So I never opened it up when the order came in to make sure that the fuel hoses were in there 3 or 4 weeks ago before we went on vacation. And now here I am back on the airplane and I'm missing the fuel hoses. Similar story with the windows. I submitted the credit card, did everything, ordered the windows, which by the way was like $4,000 or $5,000. Ordered the windows, and then they finish them and they get ready to ship them, and they send me an email that says, hey, the shipping's gonna be $300, we need your credit card. And I'm thinking, you already have it. So I call them, I give them my credit card, and they say, thank you so much. A week goes by, and I'm like, huh, that's weird, the windows aren't here yet, but it's freight. So I email them, I say, hey, can I get this is my name, this is my order number, can I get an update? And the window people send me a tracking number and say, yeah, they'll be there in 4 days. And I'm thinking, okay. So I wait 4 days, Wednesday comes around, the windows aren't there Wednesday, and I'm thinking, well, maybe they're behind. So I open up the tracking number Wednesday night, and it says Wisconsin. Well, I'm in San Antonio, so that's not correct. And I send them an email like, what happened? And they go, oh, sorry, that was our mistake. We sent you the wrong tracking number. Your credit card got declined. Okay, but don't worry, we ran it again this morning, and now it's approved. And I'm thinking, I gave it to you 2 weeks ago to ship the windows. And you just decided on your own without any notification whatsoever to go ahead and run that credit card again to get approved. And oh, now it went through this time, so excellent. Which, I mean, it's not the end of the world, but it's just I keep running into these roadblocks with parts for this aircraft, and they're things that I need. And I try to do one big order of all the stuff that I need to finish the airplane, and then only about half the order comes in, and there's no follow-up in communication from the company that I ordered the parts from. So I'm a little frustrated with that, but I'm hungry. I busted my knuckle open on the oil bulb or whatever it is, so that's kind of annoying. So I'm just hungry enough and just perturbed enough that I'm starting to get really pissed off working on the airplane, and it's time for lunch. All right, we are back from the notorious chicken sandwich. I actually just helped those guys right there with that Cessna 150. We borrowed the crop duster's forklift. That was the Cessna 150 that crashed into the hangar. Apparently they bought it from California, so they're taking it back home. But it was just the two of them. They couldn't get it on the trailer because it wasn't wide enough. So I went over and talked to Brad for him, got him a forklift, and helped him get it on there. But now I'm gonna get back on this. Y'all are probably gonna go in the freezer for a minute. I know that sounds weird, but my GoPro was in the truck. It's very hot. So I'm gonna throw it in the freezer for a minute to cool it down, and I'll catch you up in a minute. All right, got the carburetor somewhat figured out. I'll show you what I'm doing there. I got the throttle hooked up. I got the carb heat figured out. I've got to find the screw for that, or we're probably gonna have to order one. Same can be said for the mixture back here, which is hanging right here. I need a clamp for around the firewall, but that's all put together, so that's finished. So I'm gonna spend some time in here since the windows are shipping now, and I'm gonna get this apart and try to get this sealant cleaned out. So All right, that's probably gonna do it for this video. I've had a headache since I woke up this morning, and this odorless my ass mineral spirits is not helping. But it's about 4 o'clock. I got these cleaned up. I feel like I made pretty good progress. I'll probably come back by tomorrow after church and try to get a little bit more labor done to this aircraft. But this is probably where I'm gonna leave it for the day. So if you like the video, leave us a like, leave us a comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and we'll see you in the next one. Be easy.